Hello, my name's Andrew Coward. I'm the CEO of Lumina Networks, and in today's talk I'd like to chat and explore a little bit around 5G and about all the exciting things that are happening this year and all the things that are kind of in flight this year, ready for 2021. So if you see all the TV advertising through any major sports game right now, you'll see 5G phones advertised, 5G networks. Here in the US, we already have 5G in many cities. And so it kind of looks like we're well on the road to some pretty major deployments and pretty major adoption through 2020. However, that's not the whole story. And while you can certainly go out and buy a 5G handset today, the reality is that that handset's going to be running on a 5G backhaul network and a 5G core network for probably the next 18 months or so in most networks. So while the radio and the speeds are there, a lot of the back-end services and everything that we want out of 5G is going to come later. And there are a number of reasons for this, and a lot of it is to do with catch-up, and a lot of it's to do with standards. And the 5G community has been incredibly busy over the last few years, laying out all the standards and ways that all these products are going to interoperate to build a complete 5G network. And this represents quite a major shift for most vendors in how they've delivered product, because for the first time, really, we're expecting so much of this infrastructure to be a lot more open, a lot more interchangeable in the vendors. And that outcome, if you like, really is going to lay out the groundwork for a highly interoperable network between lots and lots of different vendors. And so while historically, say, things like the IP network were very standardized and 3GPP were very standardized, other things in the network were not. The optical network was not particularly standardized and open. The radio, once you got into it, was quite proprietarily and locked in. So now things like Open RAN, Open ROADM, the standards that are being built by the ONF on how the technical requirements for how things should operate are being put into place. And even standard switches and routers are getting things like open config and very open standard ways of configuring them are starting to play out. Now, along came Linux back in the 90s, driven by Red Hat, and they were able to basically make sure that applications could make that transition onto a common platform and be usable regardless of where that application had originally started, as long as it had this kind of base POSIX level of compliance. So for us and for Open Daylight, opening up this ecosystem kind of plays the same requirements, where vendors show up with essentially products that work in this environment and then can be managed and controlled in a way that means that from a business logic perspective and from a service delivery perspective to customers, everything's now operating in a common way that's understood and can be managed and controlled in a standard way. And so for us at Lumina, our job is to deliver that and ensure that from a distribution perspective, we're out there supporting the community, and second, that all the equipment that then runs in that world runs on those standards and works with Open Daylight. Thank you very much.